Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Hustling Muscle Show. And guys, we are going to be joined by Dr. Mukherjee and we are talking on Fitness 101. I have some interesting questions for Dr. Mukherjee and I'm sure it's going to be a great session. So let me not waste any time. Let me see if I can patch Dr. Mukherjee through immediately. Let me send out an invite. Oh, she's there. I can see her and to her. So this is going to be an interesting session. I hope everybody is doing well. Everybody is having a great time. And we can see a beautiful scenery out there. Dr. Mukherjee is
Yes,
still enjoying. I was seeing Dr. Mukherjee's stories today, so I can clearly see she's still having a great time. I was seeing she was enjoying her morning beverage in a very open and beautiful atmosphere, whereas I'm still, sitting on my dining table with my same old rusty cup and, going on. Guys, so this is a disclaimer to everybody. Dr. Mukherjee is still in Sikkim. She's in some part of Sikkim which she'll declare. So if you still want to take your autographs, selfies, please, please, please go and catch hold of her. Okay. Dr. Mukherjee, I hope you're having a fantastic trip.
yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm having a great trip, Pratik.
Okay. Now, without wasting any time, let's move to the questions. I have some interesting questions for you for today. Now, I have been seeing this entire thing. A lot of people who come to the gym, the new year is not that far away. The new year just went, and every time there's a new year, you see fresh faces in the gym. People, suddenly, decide, okay, it's time to take something new in life, come to the gym, get fitter. So I've been seeing, noticing a lot of things when they get confused. So my questions pretty much are going to be around there. A lot of queries where people ask me when I work out and things like that. So I wanted to ask an expert. So here it goes. When someone starts going to the gym, especially someone who doesn't have that much knowledge, okay, they go and do random workouts. They would see a chest press machine, they would do a chest press. They would see a lat machine, they would do a lat pull down. They would see a leg press, they would start doing a leg workout. Okay, pretty much they don't know what's happening, what the equipments are meant for. They just randomly start using it. At times they're even performing it wrong. What happens when a person goes to a gym without a game plan, without any assistance, because today most of the gyms in the apartments, they have some of the best equipments, but they're unsupervised, sadly. So what's your take? What advice do you give to these newbies in the gym?
Okay, so first and foremost, I always tell that an assessment is really, really important. Okay, because without doing an assessment, we will not understand what we are lacking and what we need to work on when we are going forward with anything related to fitness. Okay, are we lacking strength on the shoulders? Are we lacking strength on the leg? Do we need to correct a certain malpositioning which has happened in the body? So what needs work, we will only be able to get to know once we do an assessment. Secondly, that assessments will help us set our goals. Because if we don't have a goal, like we need to know point B. Otherwise, how will we travel from point A to point B? So it's very important to have a goal. Without an assessment, we have literally no goal when we go to work out, and that is why people end up seeing no results. And they feel that workouts are not working. But that's not true. It's they didn't do an assessment, they didn't set goals, and that is why they are not able to see results. So that's number two. Number three is people keep performing exercises in a really bad form. Okay, they do not know. See, form is very important. People think that, okay, it's not going to kill me if I don't do it in a good form, but understand that there are prime movers, which are the main moving muscles, and then there are secondary movers. The secondary movers are basically the muscles which stabilize the area, okay, when we are doing the exercise. So if the prime movers are not being worked and the stabilizers or the secondary muscles are working harder, that exercise will not work the way it is supposed to. So even though you're going to the gym every day and even though you're working out, it's not going to work out very well for you and you won't see results. And the second thing, and obviously a more difficult thing, is you will be getting into injuries. Okay, if you're not going forward with the right form. So it's very important that you go forward with doing an assessment, setting goals, improving your form, as well as reduce the risk of injury. Don't just go and start working out.
Well, that's very beautifully said. So all those people out there who are seeing this video are new at the gym, I know there are a lot of followers that follow Dr. Mukherjee, especially when you see her workouts and things like that. Guys, she has given you a very, very important message out here. So if you're a newbie at the gym or you want to start working out, make a note of this. And fitness assessment, I am also somebody who's very much of the school of thought. It is very important to understand how strong your body is, what suits you, what doesn't suit you. I have honestly put on people to Dr. Mukherjee who have done the assessment and then said this assessment is very, very helpful. So, guys, take it seriously. It is something very important. An assessment done by a proper person is even more important. Now, moving on to my
Correct.
next question, Dr. Mukherjee. Doing a workout for months obviously is not the right thing. We all know that. We are told that you need to reschedule your workouts. Even I reschedule my workouts. I get in touch with you. I get in touch with so many people. You know my habit. So my question here is, why is it important to keep upgrading your workouts, keep revising your schedules? Okay. How regularly should one, revise his workout routine? Because there is one factor we all know, muscle memory. Okay. And nowadays I know there's this
Yes.
reel going on, surprise the muscle. Okay. So why don't you just explain this to the viewers today?
Okay. So what happens is usually the muscle gets used to a certain kind of exercise. So any training that you're doing strength training, you're doing cardiovascular training, any training that you're doing, it's important to change one or two variables every 3 to 4 weeks. It's very, very important to be able to achieve that so that the exercise keeps changing. If the exercise is constantly changing, you will be able to make more progress rather than doing a very different workout on the next day or going forward with changing everything in the workout. Okay. So it's very important to change 1 to 2 variables 4 to 6 weeks. And secondly, when people are trying to increase or vary their exercise, what they need to do is increase the volume. Volume is your reps or your set rather than increasing the weights because there are high chances of getting injured when you're increasing the weight suddenly, but there are low chances of getting injured if you're just increasing the number of reps or number of sets. So this is another thing that I would tell people to keep in mind whenever they are going forward with increasing the exercises or changing up their exercise.
I think people already agree with you. I could see the likes coming on that. So I think you are bang on point. Okay. Now my next question. Okay. This is something that's there on the internet. We keep hearing a lot of people because today everybody is getting a lot of very vocal, on social media. Progressive overload. Okay. I really did not understand this term. It's off late that you guys have explained it to me. So that's why I thought let the audience understand progressive overload. What is this? Why is it so important? Because everybody seems to be talking about, all the experts, they keep screaming progressive overload, progressive overload. Also, I find, at times, when I go to the gym, a lot of people try pushing heavy weights too fast. They've not yet mastered the execution, right, but they are trying to trying to push weights that their body is not right now helping them. That's one point I wanted to address. And also, you know some people start lifting heavy too soon. Some people keep lifting light for a very long period. What is right, what is wrong? And finally, one more question that I have here is there any different rule for progressive overload for women?
Okay, so progressive overload basically means strength training in which we are constantly increasing the stress on the musculoskeletal system and the nervous system. Okay, you need both nervous system to coordinate and do the movement, and muscles and joints or your musculoskeletal system to actually do the movement. Okay, so how are we increasing the stress? We are increasing the stress by doing a couple of things. Increase intensity of exercise, okay, the weights that we are lifting, okay, or increasing the volume, okay, the sets, repetitions, increasing frequency. That means how often are we doing the exercise? We are doing it twice a week, we are doing it 5 times a week, okay. And last is the increasing of the tension. Okay, we all have heard time under tension, where we try to do eccentric exercises, like for example we are doing a biceps curl but the lowering is very slow, or we are doing it at an angle over a long period of time. So that means time under tension. Okay, so by increasing the time under tension, so we have 4 things how we progressively overload: intensity, the volume, the frequency, and increasing the tension or increasing the time under tension or duration. So All of these things are required. Now, if you're loading, as my previous answer was, you always change only 1 to 2 variables. You don't change the entire exercise, or you don't do different exercises on different days, like completely different, not following a pattern. So if you go really fast or really slow, it is literally like climbing steps. Okay. You can't go really slow because you'll not reach anywhere. And if you take 2 to 3 steps at the same time, you fall. So that is very similar to what happens if the progressive overload happens too fast, which is why you sometimes need help, most of the times need help from a professional. Either it could be a personal trainer or a physiotherapist or your doctor, explaining how to go ahead, again, to be able to avoid any injuries. And when it comes to women, see, strength training for men and women is absolutely the same. The muscle composition, the way it is built, everything is the same. So progressive overload principle is absolutely the same for women also. If you keep loading your muscles over a period of time and keep changing variables, so it's not the same, it's increasing either intensity, volume, frequency, or tension, it'll keep getting better.
That's well said, Dr. Mukherjee. I think this thing about progressive overload was something we had never spoken on, and now giving it out to the public, I'm sure the viewers are going to be very happy with this. So, guys, if you have heard what she's told, please make a note of it, because a lot of people keep asking about progressive overload, and I do not have that much of a knowledge. So I've made the expert talk on this, so you have the answer now. Okay. And yeah, I think, as Dr. Mukherjee also explained to me, there was a period where I tried to lift a little too quickly, a little too much. And I remember
Correct.
that entire week how sore I went. Even every time I took a turn on the bed, I could go. So yes, you
Yes.
need an expert. You need to listen to experts. You need to listen because they come with the experience. They come with the knowledge. Now, Dr. Mukherjee, moving on to my very next question. I have been asked this, before, I've asked this question before. It's again internet based. I love going on the internet and keep talking about the internet things. Okay. Social media, you have so many dudes who have this amazing Greek body, the Greek gods, we must call them. Okay. And then these dudettes who have this amazing beach, summer figure, I must say. Okay. Why can't people follow that workout? They are seeing results there. This is what everybody tells me. When I ask them, why are you following this? No, he got those results. I am following because I want the same results. Why can't they follow that? They keep asking me. I really don't have an answer for that. Why don't you explain this to people once again?
Well, because, for example, if you have an injury and you're not going to take somebody else's MRI and go for your treatment, right? You're going to take your own MRI. And same way, if you are deficient in vitamin D3 or B12, you're not going to have a medicine because somebody else's reports showed that his vitamin D3 is so much and so much. And they took the medicine only for 4 weeks or 5 weeks, because we are not looking at other people's markers. We are looking at our own markers. So same way, the physical, strength, your physical endurance, all of those are your own and not the same as another person. The same way as your MRI and the other person's MRI is not the same, or your biochemical results or your blood reports is not the same as the other person. I'm not saying that it's dependent on all these things. I'm just saying that it's different. Okay, so if yours is different from some other person's, the same way, the exercise that is working so well for them might not work for you. Like them taking vitamin D3 sachets for 3 weeks might work for them, and for you, you might go off on for 8 weeks, or then again start with a course of 8 weeks. So understand that your demands and another person's demands are very different because your bodies are very different. Okay, so you will not be able to see the same result as the other person, even if you follow the same diet, which is why exercises and diet or anything should be tailor made completely. Okay, it should not be that you are following somebody else's blindly, because you are not that person. And secondly, nothing was measured at all. So please go ahead with a professional's help whenever designing an exercise or a diet plan for you.
Okay, the only thing I'm going to make a note of all this because I'll be reposting this video. I'm going to 100% make a note of this and going to keep it in my gym bag because every time somebody counters, I now have a reply for them. Because it's like, with Dr. Mukherjee, when you give her a bowl, when you give her a yorker, this reminds me of the time where Wasim Akram says, MS Dhoni, if you throw the yorker, which is a stock ball for a bowler, okay, that's the key lethal weapon, he'll whack you out of the park. So that's what you've just right now done. So I throw a yorker and you whack it out of the park. I'm sure you'll do that with a bouncer also somehow. Now moving on to my next question. Okay, going to the gym and only doing cardio. Okay, people think that will help them. They don't need to strength train. Cardio is more than enough. They will see results, and they see that initial results for the reason, and they say this is enough. We don't want to come to a strength train. The treadmill or the cross trainer doing hours of that is good enough for them. What's your take on this? How do you explain this to people?
Okay, so training should always mimic your own life. In our lives, we have to wake up and do multiple things. We go for a walk or we go for a run. We have to either stand and cook for long or sit for a long time. So endurance should be there. We have to lift heavy weights, lift water can in our house. So strength training should be there. We sometimes need to walk really fast or run or stand on one leg and do certain things. Go down the steps one by one. So balance and coordination should be there. So your training should include everything that you need in your life. Cardiovascular endurance, strength training, balance, coordination training, agility, to be able to turn from one position to another without having the fear of falling. Okay, so that's what agility is. So your training should be including everything. Why this only cardio for exercising has come up is because people only look at it for weight loss. They don't realize that fitness is lifelong change. It's a lifestyle. It is not something that's going to come in 2 days and it's going to stay forever without you doing any hard work. So you want to build up everything. You want to look great in everything. You have to work on everything, and only cardio is not going to help you, because only cardio without strength training, and I tell this to athletes as well, you can't be a great runner if you're only running. You need to do your strength training also. And I would tell this to the regular people also, that strength training along with cardio is of absolute importance.
That's absolutely well said, and I couldn't agree more because even today morning I had met this gentleman who, is my neighbor in the apartment complex. So he's into these organic farming and things like that, and he likes to do long distance cycling. Now, the fact is, when he asked me, "You've lost so much weight, how are you going to the gym?" I said, "Yes, I go to the gym, but I also worked out at home." I said, "I have my dumbbells, I've learned body weight exercises, things like that." So the argument came, how can you work out your leg muscle at home? You have to go to the gym for that. I'm like, see,
No,
that is after exactly. So, I actually handed over my Instagram. I said, this is the person you follow because we know for a fact you do maximum leg workouts. She even did leg workouts in the
correct.
snow, if I'm not wrong. We should put her
Yes,
in the Guinness Book of World Record for that. I absolutely forgot that. I will come to that toward the end of the show. But yeah, people have misconceptions. People at times say, no, we can't do this, we can't do that. But today we have progressed so much. We have people like you, professionals like you, who, make it easy for them. You don't need to go outside your house. You can do it within, your living room and things like that. There are so many experts. And it's time we start explaining it to them. So when I told him, I said, you can work out, let it be your quads, your hamstring, whatever. There are different workouts made on your body weight or simple hacks. You just need the right, person to teach you. He was actually
correct.
stunned. He's like, I thought, no, I need to go to the gym. I need a leg press machine. I need a hack squat machine. I'm like, no, you don't. Everything
No,
can be done
no,
at home.
he should probably speak with my clients, because just yesterday my client was saying, okay, I have seen you enough. I just want to like switch off the session and stop it because it was hurting so bad. Like her legs were hurting so bad while doing the exercise. So that's how intense the exercises can get at home also. So please don't think that you need to go to a gym for that.
Absolutely. I have seen that because when I do my feedback with my clients and they say even the trial session when the assessment is done, that itself is enough workout for them. So they, understand, okay,
Correct.
this is effective. So to everybody out there who thinks you cannot work out at home, any body part, guys, you're wrong. You can. You just need the right guidance. You need somebody like a Dr. Mukherjee over there. Now moving to my final question for the day, Dr. Mukherjee. Then we'll come to your ice workouts. What is a proper warm up? Okay, there is a very big misconception. I don't know. People have their own fundas of warm ups. I don't know whether I'm right or wrong, but you need to tell this out to the people maybe in detail. You know, people say do a few push ups, do a few pull ups as soon as you come. Okay, that's good enough to, warm up your body and you can just, start your workout. I somehow have learned from people like your static stretches, things like that. Why don't you explain a process to people about warm up before they start gym? I know you made reels on this, we will share them, but let's just, just give an explanation to the viewers.
Okay. So warm up is important because it preps your heart and your muscles to effectively work during the exercise. Okay. Not just the heart and muscles, but also your joints, because your exercise, if it's just like a push up or a pull up, you're not working all of the joints through all ranges of movement, which is what is very important whenever we are going forward with a warm up. Okay. So warm up actually increases your heart rate, improves the blood supply to your heart, so it can provide better. It improves the blood supply to your muscles so that it is able to work more efficiently and well. Along with that, it opens up the joints, the range of motion at the joints, so it is able to stretch out and work better. Okay, so all of these things happen with a warm up. Now warm up needs to include dynamic mobility, because it's not just one movement that we are warming up. We're not just warming up our musculoskeletal system, we're also warming up our nervous system. Okay, so for the nervous system to get ready and do all kinds of work possible, you will have to make it do all kinds of work possible. Otherwise, it will get injured. So that is the main risk. In fact, there was a recent study which was done on 44 people, 44 men, who immediately started intense exercises on the treadmill without doing any warm up. Okay, what happened was after an intense exercise of 10 to 15 seconds, they had abnormal ECG readings. Okay, these were normal people who had no heart condition. They had abnormal ECG readings. Why this happened was because the heart was not ready. So the blood supply to the heart was not enough, and the heart was not ready to be able to perform the activity. This is how important a warm up is, even for regular people who don't have any conditions. I mean, people think that you need to have an injury or you must have had a previous stiffness or tightness to be able to warm up that area, but that's not true. You need to warm up your peripheral, your arms, your legs, your neck, spine, everything, as well as your heart, to be able to start off and get the most benefit out of the exercises. And I would suggest the same with cool down also. Cool down also has like immense benefits if done correctly. So a good warm up should at least have 10 minutes of full body work, not just the work that you are trying to do. There are a lot of people who warm up only the legs when they're going forward with a walk or a run. Walking or running is also a full body exercise, not just a leg exercise. Because where are you producing force from? You're producing it from your core, from your arms, from your legs, which is why people end up with back pain when they go forward with a long walk or run, because all they did was a lower body warm up and not a spine warm up, not for the upper body. So the body was not ready. It was working at 50% of its ability to work completely, leading to pains.
Hmm. So,
So,
guys, you guys out there, whoever's listened to this, you get a proper structure of how important a warm up is and what the process is. Because I know there's a very big confusion. A lot of people just come randomly, ding dang, and they start with a workout. I've been making that mistake. I've been correcting that over the period of time, and it helps you. It helps you perform better. So, guys out there,
correct.
whoever listening, you guys can make these changes. You guys can make note of these changes, and I can see people are agreeing with us on that. So that is great. Now, Dr. Mukherjee, coming to your ice workouts. Okay, your reel I think has done very well. It gave us, as I said, rain or sunshine or snow or heat. Dr. Mukherjee will do her workouts, do her movements, wherever she can. Okay. So how was it to work out in the snow? Why didn't you tell us that first?
No, I actually wanted to stress on the importance of mobility work wherever you're going, because what happens is when I'm traveling, there are a lot of people complaining usually around me, complaining of back pains, neck pains, leg pains. And I had a very long journey. I had to travel 6 hours from Gangtok ahead to be able to reach there. So I wanted to tell people that if they are regular with their mobility workouts, they can take care of their aches and pains very easily without any difficulty. And this is so important. Another thing that I wanted to stress yesterday was you find whatever way possible to stay mobile. So only the first place where I was staying, there was a provision of a gym which I used, and then after that there was no provision. So the best way to work out was working wherever you are. So either you're traveling in your car, stop your car, do your mobility in the middle. If you have reached some place and you have plenty of space there, you know you're going to be walking a lot. Prep your body to be able to do that walk. Stretch out your legs. Okay, do a dynamic mobility rather than a static stretching. Static stretching can sometimes injure and reduce your ability to be able to produce strength. So it's very important to do the dynamic mobility. Static stretching can be done post your exercise or towards the end of the day, whatever comes first. Okay. And along with this, it's very important that wherever you're going, like for example, a lot of people travel and they keep asking me how to stay fit when you're traveling. So try to walk, stay active as much as possible, try to take the stairs whenever possible. That was my yesterday's reel, that ditch the elevator and take the stairs. The best way to stay fit. So you don't always have to go looking for a gym. It's not just working out at home, but you can keep working out even when you're traveling, whether for work or for leisure.
See, guys, so okay, guys, first of all, whoever's out there, and when I travel and work out, and you guys say you're mad, you can't take a break, so on. Yeah, she's holidaying and she's working out. She found a gym to work out, okay? So nobody blame me when they see me work out like that, okay? So she's setting examples. So even we all should follow, you know. It's very important. I would say enjoy, do what you want. But that 1 hour, 45 minutes, take out for your workout, do that necessary thing. It's done for the day. I had the nutritionist Nandini who came in, and today Dr. Mukherjee also. Both have said this thing very important. It has to become a part of your lifestyle. It is very
Correct.
important. So these are things, it has to become like a habit, like you brush your teeth or comb your hair. These are, it is, has to go hand in glove. So I would put it like that. So Dr. Mukherjee, last time I goofed up and I did not give the punchline. So this time you have to, please, your punchline. What is your punchline for today?
So my punchline is very simple. That it was actually inspired by what you said. That come rain or shine, don't leave your workouts, because, and I wouldn't even call it workout. I would call it training, because we are all training towards a higher goal of
Practice.
being a fitter version of ourselves. Yeah. So workouts is a very arbitrary term where we don't know where we are headed. So we need to go forward with knowing what is our destination and training for it. And my fitness or my training is something that is I have yet to achieve, and it will take a little while to be able to achieve that.
You
So
will.
definitely, yeah. So you need to know that there is nobody who's perfect, and you need to keep at it, be very consistent, no matter what weather,
Improve
what
every day.
location you are in. Correct, exactly, and that's how you make it part of your lifestyle.
So that's well said, and I think my gym buddy Nitin has agreed. Hey Nitin, I'll be seeing you at the gym shortly. Don't worry. I saw your this thing higher and return that. And okay, I think Dr. Mukherjee has given a very nice punchline, and I think it's not inspired by me, it's inspired by her only. Now my punchline is very simple. Guys, I'm again gonna talk on, the theory of consistency. I'm only going to say, like my real life, I said, guys, don't expect quick results. Don't expect fast results. That's not going to work. Day one of my workout, I did not see results. Day two of my workout, I did not see results. Day 10 of my workout, I did not see results. Stop waiting for results to come that easily. Don't keep standing on the weighing scale thinking, my weight will come down, my weight will come down. As I've said this a million times before, it's like looking at your bank account and expecting it to multiply without putting in any effort, without putting any hard work.
Correct.
So guys, stay consistent. You will see results. It takes time. Nothing comes easy in life. Nor will fitness results. It takes time. The slower it takes, the better they come. That's how at least I have seen it. So put in your efforts, put in your best part, and yes, always have experts help you out. That is why they are there. That's the, if you want the easiest way, that's the easiest way I can suggest. Get the help of the best experts. They show you the best results. Okay, I think we should wind the session at that. We've had an amazing session. Dr. Mukherjee has again given us a lot of knowledge, and we would be back
Thank
next week
you.
with something very different. No, we should be saying thank you to you, Dr. Mukherjee, for your time. I'm sure all the fans must be waiting for you to come out and take their selfies and autographs and things like that. So we should now release her. She can.
Okay. I actually have a surprise for my audience today. I'm going to give them a view of the Kanchenjunga Just bear with me.
Oh,
That's what I'm looking at right now. And
oh.
that's it for you. So I have obviously, like as you can see, I've had a great location for today's live. Yes, so
I
I just
hope you have many more locations like this, and I hope we keep connecting like this with you going to different parts of the world because I know you like to travel. So I'm expecting you to be in another 180 days, another different location than Bangalore. So I've already made put that in the calendar, and I hope it's going to be an even more amazing. I think we have done it from Dharamshala, we've done it from Sikkim. Correct? We did it from Dharamshala the first time, right? Now we've
yeah,
done it from
yeah, yeah.
Sikkim. So
We've done it from Kasol and
and
we
Kasol.
did it from Gangtok and today I'm at Pelling.
So not bad. Thanks to Dr. Mukherjee, the Hustling Muscle show is going different places. So I should thank her for that. So guys, we shall wind up with this. It's been a great session. Dr. Mukherjee, thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for the knowledge that you've given. Guys, thank you for tuning in. If you've liked this video, please do like it. I'll be reposting it. If you have any suggestions, please do DM me. Please do DM Dr. Mukherjee. If you have any queries, do ask Dr. Mukherjee. You can DM her. You can DM me. Do follow both of us. And whatever, if you have any suggestions, any topics you want us to cover, we'll be more than happy to do it. Do follow her, do follow me. And this is Dr. Mukherjee and Hustling Muscles signing off the Hustling Muscle Show. Thank you again, Dr. Mukherjee. And thank you, Vivek.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
viewing us. Thank you so much, Vivek. Thank you, Dr.
Thank you so
Mukherjee.
much. Bye.